Many women that I work with feel stuck or limited by their own comfort zones. They long to do something differently, but they don't have the courage to do it. In this video, we're going to uncover why that happens and how to break free. If we're meeting for the first time, my name's Churchill, and I'm on a mission to help women go from self-doubt to self-confidence so they can take their career to the next level. This is my mission because I've had a fantastic career in real estate, but in my early 40s, I realised that my confidence was starting to slip. I saw all these bright, young, talented graduates coming in and started to wonder if I could ever promote again. I needed to do something about that for me, and through tons of research, I realised what was happening was in fact imposter syndrome, and I was by no means on my own. Imposter syndrome affects many, many women and lots of men as well, actually, and not just in real estate industry, but in every industry. If you think you might be in the same boat and you're wondering if imposter syndrome is showing up for you, you can take my complimentary imposter syndrome quiz. The link to that is right below this video. Over 10 years of research, and I've learned tons of tips, tricks and strategies to help me navigate imposter syndrome and even use it to my advantage. Eventually, I've turned all these strategies into online courses for women, and women have seen huge differences in their lives, both personal and professional, which I'm very, very proud to be a part of. I release a new video every week, so if you don't want to miss out, hit that subscribe button down below this video and you'll get a notification every time there's a new one. So let's dive in. So what is your comfort zone? Your comfort zone is in fact a psychological state which your brain uses when it knows things are completely safe. There's nothing new in there. There's no new experiences, no unknown people, no unknown factors. When you're in your comfort zone, you aren't being tested. There's nothing new, no new experiences. So your internal alarm system isn't triggered because it knows exactly what to expect. There is no self-doubt because you're in a state of certainty. So what's inside your comfort zone? Some of these might come as a surprise to you, actually. So, food. Are you a person who knows what you like to eat, so you stick to that? Do you tend to stick with the same people and places that you socialise? Are you someone who goes back to the same holiday destination year on year because you know what to expect when you get there? You know where everything's going to be. Have you had the same hobby or hobbies for years without trying anything new? Do you have the same daily routine, day in, day out? You know exactly what's coming. Do you like to make sure you've got a good safety net of money for the so-called rainy day? We don't actually get to choose what's in our comfort zone until we start proactively challenging ourselves. Our brains just go through experiences and they register what is safe and what is a risk. If it's safe, it goes into our comfort zone. If it's a risk or unknown, it raises alarm bells and stays firmly outside that ring. Everyone's comfort zone is completely unique to them because we've all had slightly different experiences, and even when we've had shared experiences, our brains will register them differently. So let's take the example of food. How would you feel if this was put down in front of you in a restaurant? My husband loves shellfish, so would be comfortable to eat everything on here, even if there was something he hadn't tried before. I, however, would run a mile from trying any of this. I once ate shellfish and it made me ill, so my internal alarm system goes off at the very thought of trying it. For me, it is far too risky. Does that make sense? But we've heard all the phrases, haven't we? Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Great things never came from comfort zones. Comfort zones, and then where the fun starts and where the magic happens. One phrase I always like is, it's a lovely garden to be in, but nothing ever grows there, especially you, my friend. And that's why we need to learn to get out of our comfort zones. Think back to the top of this training where I said so many women feel stuck or limited. They may not call it their comfort zones, but it's the fear of trying something new or different which is holding them back. So that means there are other things in the comfort zone as well. Unfulfilled dreams, routine, humdrum lives leading to boredom and frustration. There may be regrets for the opportunities you didn't take. They do say the only regrets you should have is for the things you didn't do. So what are you not doing that you would have liked to have done? There might be some sadness in there as well for a compromised life and a secret desire to break free, like there must be more to life than this. But the fear holds you back, which, as I have said, is a perfectly normal way for our internal alarm system to go off because our brain is recognizing unfamiliar territory. It's that imposter syndrome creeping in again, saying to you, don't go out there, it's not safe. What if you fail? What if people laugh at you? People will think you're crazy if you do that. What if you get rejected? There's too many unknowns. Don't try. Stay here where it's nice and safe and we know what we're doing. The key to feeling confident enough to step out of your comfort zone without imposter syndrome kicking in is to feel safe while you're doing it. People often assume it's to feel comfortable doing it, but when you think about it, that doesn't make sense. If you're comfortable, you're in your comfort zone. You actually need to feel safe, and that's where the confidence comes from. If I feel safe with you, I'll be confident enough to express my opinion. If I feel safe on stage in front of 100 people, I will be confident enough to deliver my talk. Does that make sense? You have to feel safe about the reactions and outcomes and how bad they will actually be. This is where your stretch zone comes in. It allows you to literally stretch just outside of where you're comfortable. It's like taking baby steps to new things. Speaking up in a meeting might be the first step to eventually talking on a stage. Once you step into your stretch zone and you start finding out that you can actually be safe and comfortable in there, then your stretch zone becomes part of your comfort zone and you grow a bigger stretch zone, and on you grow. And here are some of the things that can live in your stretch zone and you can get used to using. Saying no. Saying no to things you don't want to do so you can concentrate on the things you do want to do. Saying yes. Putting your hand up for opportunities when they arise. You don't have to have all the answers, but you can say yes. Career changes and promotions. You might start going for things that you used to think were too risky. What's the worst thing that can happen if you apply for promotion? You're not going to get sacked. You just might not get the promotion. You might find new friends if you start to socialize in different places. Maybe taking up new hobbies could lead you to meeting new people as well and discovering new places to visit. You might leave a relationship that no longer serves you. You might also find the confidence to get into a relationship that you've been worrying about doing. And finally, there's some adventure to be had out there. There's travel, there's places, there's people, there's experiences, and we need to be able to say yes to those things. So it's all very well me sitting here and telling you what you need to do, but I do always like to leave you with a tip or a strategy in order to help you start. In this case, I've got 2 for you. So first of all, every time you feel like you don't have the courage to do something that you really want to do, I want you to ask yourself this question. What is the worst case scenario outcome, really? And I want you to really dig in with this. Journal it if it helps. Talk it out with somebody, but really dig deep and ask yourself, what is the worst possible outcome, really? Then, how likely is the worst case scenario going to be, really? And could you live with it if it really did happen? It's okay to make mistakes and even fail. It's how we grow. And as long as we get back up and try again, it really is okay. So this might help you put into perspective how risky something really is. And the second strategy I've borrowed from a coach that I work with called Amy Porterfield, and it's this. She teaches, learn to love what it takes to get what you want. Learn to love what it takes to get what you want. Let me explain what I mean. The what it takes is the getting uncomfortable. It's being out of your comfort zone and being okay with the discomfort because you know it will pay off. You know it's going to get you closer to the what you want. So if you want to travel to a new destination, a new country, the what it takes is getting out of your comfort zone, knowing the language might be different. You're not going to know the layout of the airport when you get there. You're not going to know how far your hotel is from the airport. All of these unknowns, but the what it takes will get you to your dream destination. For me, this business is my retirement plan. So I have to build this in pockets of time around worky work and my life. Do I always feel like sitting down and writing these episodes, getting on camera, coming up with social media every day? No. Sometimes it's damn uncomfortable, but I know I need to show up consistently. So I made a promise to myself that my what it takes is that I will do those things every week without exception. I do not give myself permission to skip a week, no matter what. And especially on the weeks it feels hard, I use that to drive me on. So I ask you, what is the what you want that is sitting outside your comfort zone, and what are you prepared to do to get it? Let me know in the comments or DM me if you prefer. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. Please let me have your feedback. It helps me to deliver the content you're looking for, and it helps other people to find my stuff as well. So drop me a like, drop me a message, subscribe to the channel, or take the Imposter Syndrome quiz. The QR code you've got on screen there will take you straight to the quiz. I have just updated the quiz for 2024, so it now takes you through 8 questions, and at the end gives you 3 personalized tips on how to overcome your particular type of imposter syndrome. So have fun with that. Let me know the outcome, and in the meantime, you have a fantastic week.